We now return to Let's Play Cities Skylines. Kind of a nice little drive now to be able to go through town and just kind of see all these things. City's actually starting to look okay. From the top, there's a lot of gaps still, but looking out over it, it doesn't look too bad anymore. It's actually starting to come together, and a lot of buildings are sprucing up, which is a little bit weird, but it's okay. So we do need education, but we've also got a lot of demand, and I want to fill in some of those gaps that are going on. First thing I did to that end was I started putting down more districts using more of the land names. The biggest change that I did was I moved Middleton back here so that we could create just an industrial area, and then I've changed this now to Riverside. And I've renamed the farm here Hasbro Farm. I'm going to make a Milton and a Bradley farm out here, and I've got a whole list of names associated with everyone in the history of Monopoly, and all of the names that I could find, including a few from Monopoly Tycoon, which is a game that I would actually love to do. I think I've already mentioned that one. Anyway, so, okay, let's get some of these people in town here first, and we'll kind of work on that. And then we'll go and we will see about inserting a... blast. It's not going to fit anywhere. So if it was going to fit anywhere, it would fit here, but it doesn't fit here because of the way I've got these spread. Right. Have I used this? Absolutely I have. Yes. Yes, I have. And what else can we do? Dog park. Little dog park for a little square. And I'd like to not be using everything, but what about a tropical garden? We could do a tropical garden. I haven't used that yet. Okay, now I would like to not use up everything that I've got. I do have access to a lot of parks, but I'm going to need to have some areas, and because of the Diamond Hills and Fortune Valley, I would kind of like to save some so I can really spruce them up. So in Monopoly City, I think it's Monopoly City, is where all these district names come from. Diamond Hills and Fortune Valley is where you find Park Place, Boardwalk, and the UK equivalents, Mayfair, Park Lane. So I'd kind of like these to be wealthier areas if I can get it. I don't know how much wealthier I can really make it. I mean, we've kind of started bumping up the land value around here, but we'll see. Anyhow, let's do some more of this and just keep it going. Okay, we'll come over to here. Now for some of these, I'd like to have them centered around, say, parks and whatnot, but it really may end up just becoming a thing. Why? Where a few of these are going to have to... What are you doing? A few of these are going to have to just be empty, I think. Although, I don't know. See, what I could do is I could put something like a pool in the middle, and other buildings of that nature. I mean, childcare. Ooh, I do not like what's going on here. Oh, they're just waiting. That's okay. Well, okay. So, in order to access it, and the only reason I changed the road type here was just so people didn't drive over the grass to park over here. But if we're seeing this bit of a problem here, why don't I just go ahead and change this to turn lane, this one. That way maybe we can get some people going here. We are getting just a little bit of a backup here. Yeah, this is starting to become problematic. So I would like to connect this eventually, but I want this road to come sweeping down this way. So right now I think we're doing okay. Traffic is getting bad right there. So we'll need to find a way to offset that. I don't get why they're doing this. I hate the lane changing in this game. I guess I got this going straight. I could make a double turn lane. In which case this would only be turn lane. Okay. You know what? Let's try that real quick. I'm already distracted. We'll do that and that. How about? This lane says it goes forward, but it shouldn't go forward. And then this allows this right-only lane to go this way, and they should be able to share. This is something I did not do. And boy, oh boy, is this a pain. What in the... Okay, that's not at all what I want, but... Yeah, I'm really actually going to have to get down in here at some point. And, just really... Okay, so it's starting to flow better now. That's good. Let's just see what happens when it gets down here. It's all splitting off as should be. Good. Okay. I think it helped. It is still congested here. So we definitely do need another way to get onto this. I mean, maybe I could even just do a small road, but whatever. It really just comes down to the length of the road is the problem. I mean, having traffic in a city, in a big city, is going to make sense. It just, you know, it's getting a little bit crazy. And I do not enjoy the fact that they seem to prioritize the turn lane, even though they could easily turn here. Well, whatever. Okay, back to this. I keep getting myself distracted here. So let's do, wrong one. A little bit more of this. My. What is your deal? Like so. Come down here, pretty much do the same thing. Yeah, so if I don't end up putting some buildings in here, we'll just put services in there instead. And hopefully that'll do the trick. Okay, that's got that one done. Okay, another thing I'd like to do is come in here and put another high school in. Let's put in the alternative to the high school. And I don't even know where to put that. I guess this is the only place it's going to fit. So it'll go here. We'll pull it off one there. Maybe pull it over a little bit so it's not directly behind the police station, although that would keep those kids in line. We'll do that. But a big old parking lot. And we will follow this up with a basketball court. I forget what. There we go. That is not a basketball court. This is a basketball court. And if I had a smaller gym, it's kind of strange that the only health this has is like a health club gym. It's a sports hall and gymnasium, which could work, sort of. I mean, it doesn't fit here at all. Even if I replace the police station, not fit. It would fit if I removed the parking lot, though. So I guess we could fake it, say that it's educational. Then if I did some kind of pathway, parking lot. Okay, let's do, it's in here. Do this. We'll just make it a gravel path. It'll go, oh, it won't go. It won't go. Well, shit, that's not gonna work. It's okay, it will work. Oh boy. No? Okay. Just, could you not? Could you not? Could you not? This game and its damn snapping. Okay, how about don't snap to anything? You know what, fine. And then we'll just path it in. Make that snap to the grid. There. And then, now we can do, that's not the right thing. Big parking lot there. Oh. I could delete that. And let's go back in here now. There we go. Okay. We'll say it's the high school gym, even though... so I guess I'll need names too. I kind of wanted to do that. Make some naming conventions for high schools and hospitals and whatnot. I could use several of these names. In fact, why don't we do... Well, you know what? Let's just do this right now then. So this would be Lizzie. You know what? We'll just shorten this. Lizzie Maggie, the creator of the Landlord game, which is the predecessor of Monopoly. Okay, so that bit is done. What can I do here? Oh, that is actually part of this. Why would they do that? Why would they put an asset where there's just dead grass? That's weird. Okay. So this is slowly building in. We've got our things going here. Let's also fill in some areas. Oh yeah, I swapped these. I moved these things over. I didn't like the idea of the church being right next to what is going to be my touristy business area right before the hill here, and I might even bring it up on the hill. So I just swapped this out, and we'll kind of keep the town a little bit easier to transition from city something into the suburb, and then we'll kind of do business sprawl down here. So for East Bank, I'm thinking, have a little workers area, but I would like to have a marina area and then a fishing area. And so here's the names I've got left to use. I've got Hempstead Harbor, Albany Dock, Port Jefferson, Harbor Heights, the Marina, the Wharf, Silver Harbor. I've got 7 names related to water, specifically what little bit of ocean coast we have here. So obviously some of that's going to have to go towards the fishing area and the wharf. Speaking of wharf, boy, this episode was supposed to be about building this. But before we do that, though, let's come in here. Floating cafe. It's not, it's sort of, but it's not quite one of the things I wanted to put in here. Is it under tourism and leisure? There we go. We can do a fishing pier, we can do fishing tours. What is that? Restaurant pier? Okay. Riding stable. That is definitely not suitable for this. And a little beach volleyball area. It would actually fit right there. It's kind of weird to put it there, but down here, I don't know. I kind of want to have some tourism down here, but I feel like we're going to struggle if I'm also going to put some harbor stuff down here. So unless I do some massive terraforming to shrink this down so that we can get down to water level, there's not going to be a whole lot here. So maybe we'll save the beach, maybe we won't. I don't know. Okay, anyway, yeah, so with that in mind, I will line the boardwalk with some water features, and I'm distressed that this stuff has not developed up here yet. We've got demand, and I've got zones that have remained empty for the past several episodes. I do not know why. I don't know why even just part of them have not sprung up. That's worrisome. I don't know what I've done wrong here. I don't know if maybe there's a little bit of a bend in things. Oh boy, I really don't like that. All these RVs driving up in here. Maybe we could do a little parking lot here. Just kind of. This is so finicky. There. That is terrible. But maybe that'll help. I don't know. I'd like people to park here and then go walking elsewhere instead of driving their RVs on the boardwalk, running over pedestrians who are just trying to go to the bars. Okay. Okay. We've got some commercial demand. I'm going to put in something that I wanted to put in here. I don't know that I want it that close. Let's go ahead and pull that away. Let's pull this away so it doesn't develop on this road here either. It says there's demand, it's just not growing. Anyway, okay. For real now. Let's get these out of here. Let's start at the beginning. We're going to need a city hall. And I guess I'll stack this stuff over here. We'll need a city hall. We'll need a government offices. We will need the Amsterdam Palace. Originally built to serve as city hall, its fancy decorations and function layout attracted the local royalty to acquire the premises as their permanent residence. Okay, well maybe I can use that as a Royal Hills thing. That is another one I've got. Royal Court. Yeah, okay. We'll center Royal Court around Amsterdam Palace. How about? Somewhere here. I also have this massive area right up here that's kind of in a valley. It's kind of flat. I don't know what I'm going to develop this as. But we'll save it. We'll save it for that. Let's see. I got a sports arena. I got a tower. Traffic park. Okay. Only looking for government buildings. Stay focused. Okay. There is one of these that I want to use. Is my centerpiece. There you go. The disaster one. What more suitable thing for a center of a city where we've never run a profit. Ooh, hey, before I forget, let's add the clock tower in. Let's add the clock tower down. Okay. Down here. I feel like the clock tower is kind of suitable. It specifically unlocks for railroading, but it increases the speed of trains as well. So I feel like that's kind of appropriate. I don't know, I guess we'll keep it over here. Ooh, that's getting gay. Your Choice Hotel. On the backside of the biggest luxury hotel and the tallest building in the city. Okay. Posh Mall. Transport Tower. I'll put towers in later. We need, let's see. There is a courthouse, rather large. There is a tax office. What is that? Helicopter park. I don't know that I'll ever use this. I don't know that I'm going to use every single thing in the game, but I would like to use as many as possible. The oppression office. It looks like a government building, but I'm not really sure what it's used for. I mean, I guess I could use it. What else? Where else would it go? You know, unless I put it like over here. What exactly is this? When in need of oppression, go to the oppression office. It's their specialty. Okay. I guess it's just kind of like their dystopian. The Sea Fortress. Academic Library, Aviation Club, Expo Center, High Interest Tower. Excellent. This'll fit in something like this. Well, I really didn't want to put super tall buildings here to block the view, but that is kind of its purpose, is it not? Now that's the tallest tower. Actually, can I fit that down? Not quite. Okay. Well, if this thing... Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Aquarium. A Sphinx. The Ziggurat Garden. Observation Tower. Okay, I think that's the end of our... Yeah, of our government offices here. The ultimate recycling plant. Okay, well, when I move that... Ah, there we go. Lord Chirpwick. Okay, so we'll put that with the Amsterdam Palace. We'll have royal court somewhere. Okie doke. So, I want... Let's say... Okay, I'm gonna have this be a pathway here. Connect up the roads there. And so the center of this, of course, be City Hall. And I don't know, this actually looks central. I think it is. Then come in here, have this. Of course you don't center. Aggravating. Right. Get you... Well, hey. Alright. Then... Now I wonder if I could make a little hump there, goes around this, that this would then snap to. So why don't I bring this... Well, okay, first of all I need to find my place. So, say right about there. Which it means it's actually going to have to come out a little bit further. Probably right about there, actually. We'll mark you as such. Okay. So now, how far do we think we can get? It's not very... Oh, those markers might work. Okay. I'm gonna... I don't know what is wrong with my mouse, that every time I click on something, it just does not seem to stick. It's really annoying. Okay, this one... That might be excessive. Oh, I think that'll work perfectly, actually. And hey, look at that! Now that is just a little bit too far out. It might be too far out for the courthouse. It is definitely. Okay. Okay, we're gonna pause because it's screaming at me about water. So maybe instead of just a straight across street, because what goes back in here? I could do parking lots, but then what goes back in here? So if I pulled this back, oh, okay, where would I pull it back to, though? I kind of like this, and I kind of don't, just because we don't create another unnecessary intersection. I really goddamn hate that. Okay, so try again. Damn you. I don't think that's gonna fit. Definitely not. So we need to be right in the middle. I don't know how I'm gonna pull that one off. Snap it to the grid, I guess. If it'll even do such a thing. You really get me down, game. But if this doesn't work, it's one more thing I will attempt to do off camera. It was not to waste everyone's time. Okay. Now, so why don't we just measure to begin with? Okay. Something tells me that this is not going to be a tight enough curve. Oh, look at that. Although at this point I may as well just have it here. Is it okay? So for whatever reason, I can now move it loosely. Well, works for me. Excellent. Okay, so bring you in now. Courthouse, maybe, hopefully. Damn it. So it's gonna have to go like this then. Unless I made a central... I could make a central pathway. I was kind of hoping that I could get them all to look inward. There's just no way to do that, though, is there? Like, I can't... And what else would there be? Like, if I made the oppression office... I figure the tax office can be... Wait just a minute here. Can you... spare a dime? Ah, I'd have to mess with this god-awful thing again. But I could make it snap, and then we'd have pathways back there that I could snap to other things. Arg. Well, okay. So, for now, I'll fiddle with it off camera. I just want them connected and up in here somewhere. And... Alright. Well, maybe I'll get the oppression office or something, and then I can stick a courthouse in one side, and somehow get a parking lot tax office up the back side. But for now, we'll just get the government buildings down, and yeah, we'll go from here doing something else. So let's get that oppression office out. And this became perhaps too big. Perhaps I could really actually just cut it off at the halfway and fit them all in. I didn't know how much space I would have here. But it's also kind of fitting, I guess. Although this actually does become an issue with the parking here, so I'm going to have to do like pathways, and maybe this doesn't work out. Well, anyway, that didn't do anything. So, okay. Final thing before we call it quits here. Let's do this. You're going to have to work with me here. And, yeah, you know what? Let's just make this residential for once. And And then we can fit in maybe some of that. There's a gap here. Perhaps I can find a way to fill in somehow. We'll just do that. And despite there being demand, it just doesn't fill in right away. Okay. Let's look at our high school. Doesn't have enough capacity, elementaries don't have enough capacity, and well, usage is low. Isn't there like a book learning policy for Central City here? Education boost. Yeah, but I feel like there's something that's actually focused on libraries, or it improves libraries as a part of it. This does not. It just prioritizes education over working. Book fair? Local public libraries organize a book fair, increasing happiness and entertainment within the public library radius. Upkeep is 100%. It doubles the cost of the library. Which, I mean, at this point we're running a deficit of between -15 and -30,000 every week, so, you know, what does it matter? Okay. Well, I realize I'm hurting myself by making this basically the only entry point into the city, but I'd hate to do another one. But I may end up doing it anyway. Further down, perhaps. This one doesn't really flow the traffic, and we can make a connection here, but it's going to be quite a snarl to be able to get into town, and which means that's going to be the busiest street and intersection ever. Forever. I feel like this should go straight across. Why am I having it only back up here? You guys aren't splitting early enough. So I could make this one, since this is a double lane, I could make this also a turn lane. I would split that traffic. I don't know. I'll mess with traffic on my own. This intersection will forever be terrible, though. That's to be expected. One thing I was considering, though, in the efforts of trying to kill as many intersections as possible, I only brought over a handful of these between Riverside and Central City, but maybe I'll just connect them all up anyway, give people more options. And I don't know if that's going to improve anything or not. Especially since I changed the speed limit of these, there doesn't seem to be much reason. But maybe it'd be easier for them, be better, I don't know. Well, because I've got lights at intersections of alleyways and one-ways. So if I just had something that only had stop signs, maybe they'd appreciate that more. They would go that direction. Might cause a little bit of a reprieve in the traffic stoppage. And maybe I should just hook up my monorail or my metro lines and get some public transport going. That might help too. We're kind of in need. And speaking of need, before I go, just add in something a little bit special here. I'm really not sure that that's helpful at all. Ah, damn it. But there. So now we get yet another block growing up. And this one's almost pretty much in the same basket too, so why don't we just finish that one while we're at it as well. what? Just grab the whole thing. And, yeah. Okay, great. That'll have to do. And it is filling in. Why is this filling in, and when I've got other things, they don't fill in? Irritation. Oh, good. Finally, these ones are starting to build up. I don't know. I don't know how this game decides what it wants to add and what it doesn't. But I do know it's kind of annoying. Really? This is just a touristy thing? Why on earth would the courthouse be a touristy thing, and why is it so damn much bigger than City Hall? Okay, well, it's time to end this one here. I will see you next time.